Hey, greetings, Untamed television fans. This is your host, Craig Beelig, just like the letters say right there. And what a pleasure today. I'm joined by a nice young lady named Renee Van Wy. And Renee, I'm going to try and get your title correct, okay? But stop me if I don't get it correct. You are the National Educator for Hemp Lucid, which is a local hemp-based CBD company, right?
Absolutely correct. Thanks so much.
I didn't think I would get through that. I really didn't.
It's a mouthful.
But you know what's great about it is it launches this episode in people's minds right away because they're just like, what in the heck is he talking about? Which is a great opportunity for you to explain all of this. So first off, what is your company and why are you the national educator?
Well, it started out a few years ago. Hemp Lucid is the company, and they're a hemp-based CBD company. And at the time when they started getting into health food stores, I was actually the assistant manager at a health food store, and people came in confused all the time, wondering if they should call the cops on us, wondering if we were going downtown to the bad place after this life or whatever because we had this leaf on the bottle. Right.
Because people, they hear hemp and they go, oh, that's marijuana.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So
but it's not.
It not.
It could be.
It is not. It is cannabis, but it is not marijuana.
Right. Okay.
And there is a nice distinction there. And so I actually went to the company. I'm very good friends with them and said, we need an educator. And it started out here in Utah, and now I've been all around. It's so much fun.
So you are national. What is CBD? It's an oil, right? Because I can see it right there in the bottle. Is that what you call it?
CBD is actually one of the constituents within the oil.
Oh, okay.
It's the long word is cannabidiol.
Yeah.
And it's one of the about 200 cannabinoids within the cannabis plant.
Right. Right. So this is the product right here, and I mean, jumping right into it, what do people use this stuff for?
Oh my goodness, what do they not use it for?
Really? I mean, do they put it on their corn like butter? Or
I suppose
it's used to treat health and both physical and mental health issues. Correct?
That is one of the many things that people use it for. Treatment is a whole other different word that we can get into because, of course, as a company, we do not make any health claims.
Right.
It's a supplement and not a medication. So we do need to make that distinction. But people use it for all kinds of ways to support. Okay, here's another long word. Their endocannabinoid system, which everybody has. Every vertebrate on the planet has this endocannabinoid system.
Oh, I just got a brain cramp. I can't. I've never heard that word before. I probably sloughed that day in biology class.
Well,
but what is
you
that?
probably didn't have it in biology class because they only found it in the early 1990s. And it's, strangely enough, it's the largest system in our body. It's our communication system. Really? And to break it down, endo meaning endogenous, our bodies inside our body, cannabinoid, because there are properties within our body that are much like properties within the cannabis plant, and that's how it got the name. And the system, meaning it goes through the body.
Wow. Okay, so what? Again, getting back, what do they use this for?
Okay.
What are? I mean, sneezes? I don't know. Will it make my hair shiny?
I have people come in when I'm educating, for instance, in a health food store. We have people come in all the time saying, I have back pain, I have anxiety, I have digestive issues, all kinds of things. And they'll say, which CBD product do I use for it? And the answer is any of them, because that system goes throughout your entire body, and it's not specifically the CBD, but your body that is doing the wonderful things people relate cannabis to. And so to understand that, we really kind of have to get into the science. It's this endocannabinoid system has receptors. They're like, it's fitting lock and key with a receptor. Our endogenous cannabinoids, have you heard of anandamide?
You know what? I'm going to say yes because I want to be smart.
You sound smart.
I want to appear smart. No, I have not. Explain that.
So anandamide has been around for hundreds or thousands of years. In the yogis in Sanskrit, ananda is bliss. So it's our bliss molecule that we make within our body.
Wow.
And we find that when we meditate, but also when we get that runner's high. I've never experienced runner's high because I don't get very far. But I have heard it's possible.
I'm glad there's other people on the planet like me. I'd like to say I've experienced runner's high, but I've experienced stroller's high.
Yes,
is that a thing?
I've experienced yoga high. There's whatever kind of workout you do that promotes those chemicals that make you feel, I feel great, I feel good, let's do this again. That's your anandamide. And anandamide is very important in our mind and within our parasympathetic system. And then we have 2AG, which is extremely important for our immune system. That's why you see people that have autoimmune problems or all kinds of things to do with their immune system will move towards the CBD products.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I have a friend that I have actually several friends that use a product like this, maybe even this, for back pain. Mm-hmm. But I have someone in my life that has an autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
And are people using it for that?
Absolutely.
Really?
It's just about any autoimmune disease people are using it for. And again, we don't make any claims.
Right.
This is just, it's kind of like, the way I look at it is more like a vitamin D deficiency or iron deficiency. When your body is deficient in these endogenous cannabinoids, the phyto or the plant-made cannabinoids can help to boost that system.
Wow.
So really then it's your body that's doing all the great things.
Can anybody use it? I mean, are some people allergic to it, or?
I have met in my 3+ years. I've met about 3 people that are allergic to hemp specifically. Mm-hmm. They would want to stay away from it.
Okay.
Other than that, anything on the planet with a vertebrate can use CBD.
Right.
So your fur babies that have separation anxiety or my cat is arthritic. She gets a drop every morning.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I have a diabetic cat.
Okay, there you go.
That needs insulin and special food and all of that kind of stuff. You have to have a prescription, actually, for the food, which, blows me away. I don't know why you need a prescription for cat food, but
well,
but
we could spend an hour talking about that. The easiest way, actually, you've probably been to PubMed.com.
I think every question you've asked me today, I have to answer no, and I sound like such a bonehead.
I'm so sorry. Well, I had never been to, until I started studying autoimmune. I was a nutritional autoimmune therapist, but the PubMed is basically where they publish all the clinical studies that the doctors put out there. So if you want to know some more deep information on exactly what CBD can do, you have to put in the long word cannabidiol, and you can read all kinds of great articles. Amazing.
So if you decide that you want to try this for whatever your ailment or complaint may be, anxiety or back pain or whatever, how do you get started? How do you start? How do you find it? How do you know what the dosage is? And do you just drop it in your mouth, or do you put it on your cornflakes?
Great questions.
Or what do you do?
Again, wonderful questions. There are a number of places. Online, of course, is the easiest, but then you have to be a little more careful at vetting your products. Some are topicals. They have creams and all kinds of things you can use topically, and then a lot of edibles or drops. This here is just an oil that you drip under your tongue like a B vitamin.
Right.
And so all kinds of ways. The important thing is that you're making sure you have a pure product. I don't know if you've seen in the news here in Utah, we've had some big scares with CBD, in quotation, CBD products, because once they've studied them, they found out they were not CBD products. They were labeled as such, people making them in the garage and then selling them at vape shops and getting in trouble. And so now we are very lucky that the state of Utah has passed a law, SB 130, puts the jurisdiction in the Department of Agriculture now has the power to rule whether or not a CBD product is legal in the state of Utah. And basically they want to see What we have on the label here is what is actually in the product, and that you have third-party testing. So if you're getting something from Utah, like say a Good Earth or New Image Day Spa here in the Ogden area, they carry our products specifically, but some other great ones as well, then you know you're safe. If you're going online, you want to make sure that there is third-party testing to show you're not getting that THC level, which would make it illegal, and also that you don't have pesticides and mold and all kinds of other things you don't want.
Wow. Yeah. Get the real thing. Don't buy it out of the trunk of some guys, in the parking lot at Home Depot or whatever. I shouldn't say that. Home Depot, you guys are great people. Nothing like that. This is a lot. Did we cover it? I mean, this has been fascinating for me.
We've barely scratched the surface. So it's what I always tell people at all of my lectures is this is just a taste. Go and educate yourself. Go online, go to PubMed, learn more about our website has a great blog where you can learn more as well.
That's great. So your takeaways, let's make sure they've got their takeaways, is make sure that if you are interested in trying a CBD product, make sure that you do the research to find out what you're going to be treating or not treating, but what you're going to be supplementing, and make sure that you get a genuine product. Correct?
With third-party testing.
But all of that sort of thing, of which Hemp Lucid is.
Correct.
A product, and find it, try it, see what happens, right?
Absolutely. I usually suggest for people to start low and slow, not because it's dangerous, but because it is pricey. And if 3 drops works for your body, well, great. 10 drops isn't going to do any better. But 10 drops isn't going to be dangerous, nor are 50 drops. So it's just about finding your deficiency, what works for your body.
Right. You want to know more? Well, of course you do. Why wouldn't you want to know more? Look right down here on the screen. There is where you can learn way more. And I wish you guys could all meet Renee Van Wy, because this is wonderful. I mean, she's very smart, and it's been pleasant to sit here and talk with her, even though every question she asked me I had to say no to, because can you ask me a question I can say yes to? I mean, anything, I don't know. Ask me a question I can say yes to.
What's your name? That's not a yes question, is it?
Woohoo! I stumped the expert. See? I am smart, Mom.
There you go.
Thank you for joining Untamed TV. My guest, Renee Van Wy, a national educator for Hemp Lucid, which is a local hemp-based CBD company. And you should be checking it out. And thank you, Renee. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
There you go.